Most people think becoming wealthy feels like a moment, like a door opening or a number on a screen that finally hits right. But here's what nobody tells you. By the time most wealthy people realized they were becoming wealthy, it had already been happening for years. Quietly, almost invisibly, in habits and decisions they didn't even think twice. So if you're sitting here wondering whether any of this is actually working, the saving, the discipline, the saying no to things your friends are still saying yes to, this video is going to give you something most finance channels won't. Not a strategy, not a formula, a mirror. And if you recognize yourself in even 4 or 5 of these signs, you are closer than you think. Stay with me through sign number 7. The first sign is one most people misread completely. You've started to feel a weird guilt about spending. Not regret, guilt. There's a difference. Regret is, I shouldn't have bought that. Guilt is, I don't want to buy this even though I can. That shift is massive. It means your identity has quietly started separating from consumption. Rich people don't feel guilty because they're cheap. They feel guilty because buying things for status stopped feeling satisfying. If a new purchase doesn't make you feel excited the way it used to, that's not a bad sign. The second sign is about your relationship with your phone. Think about the last time you opened a banking or investment app not because you were scared, but just to check. Out of curiosity, out of habit. That single behavioral shift, checking your money like you check your messages, is what separates people who accumulate from people who spend. In the book The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach, he talks about how wealthy people don't budget obsessively. They just systematize. They automate. They check in. The money is no longer something that disappears. It's something that lives somewhere. If your money has a home now and you know where that home is every single day, you're operating at a different level. Here's the third sign, and this one hits different. Your friends have started to change. Not because you changed them, just because the conversations you can sustain are different now. You want to talk about opportunities, about things you're building, about ideas. And some of your old friends look at you like you've become a different person. You haven't. But you have started to value your time differently. And time is the one thing wealthy people protect more than money. If you've started feeling a slight discomfort in rooms where the only topic is complaining or comparing, that discomfort is a compass. Let me know in the comments. Have you felt that shift? Sign 4 is about what happens when something breaks. A year ago, if your car needed a repair or your laptop died, it triggered a panic, a scramble, a mental calculation of what you'd have to postpone to cover it. Now, maybe not completely, but partially, you have a cushion. An emergency fund that doesn't feel like a safety net so much as it feels like a floor. Once you have a floor, your psychology changes. You stop making decisions from fear. Number 5, you've started saying no to discounts. This sounds counterintuitive, so stay with me. When you're broke, you buy the cheaper thing even when the cheaper thing costs you more in the long run. Cheap shoes that destroy your feet. A slow laptop that wastes 4 hours of your week. A cheap service that takes twice as long. The wealthy think in total cost, not price tags. If you've caught yourself recently choosing quality over price, not because you're showing off, but because you've done the math in your head, and the better thing is actually the cheaper decision over time. Sign 6 is one nobody talks about because it's uncomfortable. You've stopped financially rescuing people without thinking. And before you judge yourself for that, here's what's actually happening. You've started to understand that money given without structure usually delays someone's growth, not enables it. That's not cruelty. That's wisdom that comes from watching what actually helps people. The people who never figured it out financially often had a friend or family member who kept catching them every time they fell. The people who did figure it out usually had one moment where they had to figure it out themselves. If you've started saying, I can't just keep doing this for them, that's not you becoming cold. Now here's sign 7. And this is the one I said would change how you see all the others. You've started experiencing a very specific type of boredom. Wealthy people are boring. Not in personality, in habits. They eat the same things most weeks. They wake up at similar times. They have routines that don't change much, and they're not bored by that routine. They find it freeing. If your life has started to feel more routine, more predictable, more stable than it used to be, and if that stability doesn't feel like you're missing out but instead feels like something you've built, you're not becoming boring. You're becoming disciplined. Sign 8 is something you'll feel in your body before you even notice it financially. Your sleep has changed. Specifically, you're not waking up at 3 a.m. doing money math anymore. There was a time, maybe recent, where you'd lie awake running worst-case scenarios. If this falls through, I can't pay that. If I lose this client, I'm done. That kind of anxiety is the constant low hum of financial fragility. When it starts to quiet down, even slightly when you fall asleep faster, wake up more present, think about money less during meals. That's your nervous system responding to actual safety. Most people don't notice this shift until it's already happened. Number 9 is about your relationship with income. Early on, most people have one idea of what income looks like: a paycheck. One source, one number, one vulnerability. The move toward wealth usually starts when you begin thinking about income as a system, not a source. A side project, a rental, dividends, content, consulting on the side. You might not have multiple streams fully running yet, but if you've started thinking in that direction, if income streams are a topic you find interesting now instead of overwhelming, you've crossed a line. The 28-year-old who builds a second income stream while keeping his job isn't just making extra money. He's rewiring, and sign 10 is the simplest one, which is exactly why it's the most powerful. You've started playing a longer game. You used to think in months, now you think in years, maybe decades. You find yourself making decisions today that you won't feel for 5 years and being okay with that. That's not patience. Patience is waiting for something. This is different. This is confidence that the future is a place worth building toward. The research on this is clear. One of the strongest predictors of long-term financial success is simply the ability to delay gratification. Here's the thing about becoming wealthy that nobody says out loud. It's not a destination with a gate and a sign. It's more like walking in a direction, and one day realizing the landscape looks different than it used to. The people who get there aren't the ones who had the best plan. They're the ones who caught the signs early, trusted what they were seeing, and kept walking. If you recognized yourself in 5 of those signs, you're not just hoping anymore. You're building. You might not have the numbers yet, but you have the identity. And identity always comes before the results do. If this hit different than the usual money content you're used to seeing, subscribe. Not only because it helps me, but you also to build lasting wealth. Share this video to your loved one who is on the path of wealth. I'll see you in the next one.